Hello everyone, the purpose of today's video is primarily for UK, well it is for UK only people. So unfortunately if you're not from the UK, this is going to be largely irrelevant to you. I'm Ben, I'm 2 week post gastric sleeve, and I want to tell you about how you can get a gastric sleeve for less than £2,500 in the UK. There is no need to go off to Turkey or to Poland or to another European country. Have it done if you can in the UK, so you have immediate access to dietitians, your surgeon, and a whole aftercare package that I just don't think you probably get elsewhere. Now, obviously, if you are, it's all circumstantial, so 2.5 grand's a lot of money for most people. But if you are in a position to afford it, I'll give you an idea of how quickly I got my surgery. I had my first consultation on like the 3rd of November. I then made a decision around the 10th of November, and I had my surgery on the 16th of December, which includes all the pre-op, the consultation, the meeting with a dietitian, all my pre-op assessments. It was basically like a 5 week period from paying to getting seen. I could have had it done sooner as well. I could have had it done like a week or so before, but I couldn't realistically do it because of work commitments. So let me just share my screen for a minute. I'm going to make myself a little smaller. Let's do this. And let's put myself down here because you don't need to see me full screen for this. So I'm a member of Vitality. Despite at my worst weight being like 25 stone, Vitality took me under their wing. I was paying about £48 a month to be part of Vitality, which to me was an absolute bargain, because if there were ever any issues, if I was suddenly diagnosed with a horrible illness, I knew I'd be able to get immediate access to the best care possible. I'm not going to say the C word out loud, but you never know. And I also ended up with like a digestion problem, nothing like completely related to my stomach, and I had a bunch of tests done there that I paid £100 excess for, and Vitality paid the hospital about £4,000 in fees. So I'm already getting a fantastic deal out of this. My premium rose by £4, so it's now 52 when they did the annual renewal. I'll explain why that's important in a minute. So I still think I'm getting a fantastic deal now. I knew that when signing up to Vitality, after 12 months of being a Vitality member, you qualified to have weight loss surgery. As long as your BMI, as you can see here, am I eligible just up here? You must be a current active member, you must be a member for 1 year, you must have a BMI of at least 40, or 35 to 40 if you have other health related medical conditions, such as diabetes or hypertension. I qualified, my BMI was like 42 or something, so I had no health conditions. It was quite literally a case of ringing them up saying, I'd quite like to do the surgery, please. How do I go around doing this? And they essentially just asked me a bunch of questions. It was about 5 minutes worth of questions. And before I knew it, I was being given an authorization code to move ahead with the procedure. Incredible. So here's some of the downsides. I think I might change the background that I've got here. It looks a bit odd with just the frog if I'm just down there. Let's do this. Very professional. I can make myself even bigger now. Whoa. Yes. So you do need to be a Vitality member for a year. I didn't see that as a problem. When I signed up Vitality, it wasn't necessarily for the weight loss, although that was a plus. It was because I was worried that I was so overweight that I might just have complications. So this was a nice byproduct of just signing up to Vitality. But yes, so if you were to sign up today to Vitality, you would need to wait 12 months. And what you need to do is you wait for them to tell you what their new renewal is, or like the renewal quote. And then days later, you can just contact them and say, I've been a member for 12 months. I'd like my gastric sleeve now, please. And they basically just say yes. Unless you don't qualify for any of these things up here. And they won't say yes. This, for me, was brilliant. I know that there's, from watching Gastric John's videos, like his wait was 6 years on the NHS to have it done. I'd probably be wheelchair bound and 30 plus stone had I not done this in those 6 years. I genuinely believe, because I was just completely out of control. But yes, when you've signed up, 12 months has elapsed. Ring the number on this page, and you're laughing. What then happens is you go through a company called Streamline Surgical. I was already on the page. They are based in Harrow in London. You will have a consultation with the surgeon about which procedure is best for you. It was about an hour long. It was done via Zoom. We decided there and then on the sleeve. You will then have a consultation with a psychologist to make sure you're mentally stable enough to do this. You will have a consultation with a dietitian who will prep you with the pre-op and tell you what life's going to be like after you've had the surgery. Then you have a pre-op assessment about 2 weeks before, where you also have a COVID test. My pre-op assessment was just a blood test, because they give all the answers that I'd given them basically meant I was so low risk that they didn't see any reason to do any other tests with me, so they just went. I basically it cost me about £200 to get a hotel the night before and trains back and forth and taxis, and I thought I'd be there for 3 hours, and it turns out I was there for about 10 minutes. But that's fine. Well, all this is included in the cost, but what is the cost? You can probably tell from the title, actually. But here we go. So if you end up with a gastric band, you have to pay the £50 towards the consultation beforehand. But then when you agree to go ahead with it, you basically pay £1,487.50 if you can have a band. If your surgeon says that's the right thing for you, for your circumstances, 2,600 for a bypass, 2,500 essentially for a sleeve. The process then from that point, once you've agreed that I'm doing the sleeve, Streamline Surgical sort out the timing for the pre-op. They send you a load of documentation, which I've shown in other videos, and then you're expected to just turn up on the day and be done. One small drawback is I live in Birmingham, so getting down to London to have my surgery done wasn't really an issue. Getting back wasn't really an issue. It's like 2 hours in total on a train down to Wembley Station, and then taking a £8 taxi. But if you live further away, we live in COVID time, so you can't have any visitors anyway. But if you live further away or you're more immobile, from what Vitality told me, these prices are for the BMI Clementine in Harrow. Nowhere else. BMI Clementine in Harrow are these prices. You can have it done at any other hospital in the UK. You can have it done at a BMI hospital, but you end up paying 40% of the total, which I guess would have meant I'd have paid about £4,100 instead of 2,600 for my... I had a sleeve. What am I doing? I'd have paid probably around 3,800, 900 to have it done down the road in BMI Priory in Edgbaston. I decided it wasn't worth it financially. I'll just take a train down, and I had my mum come and pick me up, so I give her £100 for petrol. I'm sure that was far too much, but yeah. So, do I recommend the whole service I've had through Streamline? Absolutely. If you can afford it, fantastic. They will not do finance on this. You need to just pay them cash. Because Vitality are going to be paying the rest of the money. I think they paid I paid 2,487, as you can see there. Vitality paid another 6,800 on top, which was their cut. So you can't do finance. You'll need to save up for this. But if you sign up to Vitality now, put a bit of money aside every month. Do a bit of extra work or something. Or if you've got some money saved up, I can't stress that this is like the best move for you. I put a link in the description to Vitality, which gives you £100 free, I want to say M&S or Amazon gift card upon signing up. I also get a gift card for full transparency. But this is entirely up to you. If you can afford it, and this is what you've been thinking of for a while, this is the best way of doing it, because the next cheapest I found anywhere is like 3,250 euros in Turkey, and you have to fly yourself out there, so you're talking above 3k. Why not just have it done in the UK? If you've got an issue, by the way, here's the great thing. There's 2 years aftercare. Which, yeah, so surgeon-led follow-ups, I think it's every like 3 months you have a meeting with the surgeon, virtually. So you don't have to, I don't have to travel down to London to see the guy. I have appointments with a dietitian. I don't know how often those are at the moment. My first one is in like a week, or less than a week. And they basically allow 30 days post-op if you have any complications. The sleeve leaks, or if there's any internal issues. They will pay for the treatment to get that fixed. By the time the 30 days is up, for the most part, you're healed. And what the surgeon will do, he told me this, is if I have any minor complications off the back of this, he'll basically refer it to the NHS and have the NHS take care of it if it's like non-urgent, non-life-threatening. So you can see, there'll be dietitian advice through each of the stages post-op, which will help the patient achieve maximum weight loss and without loss of muscle mass. Monitor the annual vitamin and mineral test. There'll be blood tests annually to monitor the annual like vitamin and mineral intake, and they'll help establish good dietary and eating behavior for the long term. I can't say anything better. Oh, here we go. Some patients had free follow-up visits at 3, 6, 12 months after weight loss surgery. After that, it's a phone call or two. At the moment, because of COVID, it's all done virtually. 62% of patients who had attended free follow-up visits saw their type 2 diabetes go into remission. Brilliant. I haven't got that issue, but if you have, brilliant. So yeah, links in the description for Vitality. I can't recommend it enough. I have legitimately paid £50 or so a month on average for the last 12 months, 14 months now. And the cover I've had from them to have a bunch of tests done, blood tests, to have the gastric sleeve done, and the issue with my digestive system, I've probably spent about £700 in total over 14 months, £50 a month-ish, and then £100 excess, and I've had about 14 grand's worth of healthcare. I'm sure my premium will go up as a result of this. I would expect it to. They have to recoup some of their money. But also they have something pretty cool on their website, which is where you get rewarded for being active. I've already noticed this. I've started to accrue points now. I accrued very little points last year. I'm up to 443 so far in like a month and a half. Where you can get an Apple Watch. As long as you stay active and you accrue enough points, walking a certain amount of steps, you basically get the watch for free. Same with Amazon Prime, Odeon, cinema tickets. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. It's just ridiculous. I'm about to travel somewhere. Expedia, get 20% off hotel bookings. I'm planning on going to America on my 6-month anniversary to celebrate my 6 months. Find out how to book. I can do this off video. Off camera even. I get a 10% discount because I'm bronze. Alright, I'll take that. So yeah, link in the description. Any questions about Vitality, let me know in the comments and I'll respond. And whatever way you do this surgery, good luck to you. So far I'm 2 weeks in and I think it's the best decision I've made. I have absolutely zero regrets. And yeah, take care and I'll see you on the next video.